Today we are talking about facial expressions and how we can use this to help our clients with their breakthroughs. Very, very interesting topic. So one of the unconscious moments that we look for inside our advanced conversational hypnosis sessions are the visual cues. For example, what our clients face or what is happening all over their face, what it is doing. And so today I'm going to talk about what to actually look for, what to avoid, and how you can utilize this potentially very powerful data that our clients are giving us. Zoom just changed something in here and it threw me off. So anyway, let us go. So our clients' facial features are, it's very easy, whether you're in person or you're in Zoom. It's something that is really easy for us to pick up on because it's a visual thing and it can be very powerful, especially when we start noticing it because we know what to look for. And so first, I'm going to talk about what to avoid. So say I'm going to talk about the unconscious moments now in a little bit. So say you find an unconscious moment and you notice it within your client, and this is what we want to avoid. We want to avoid doing shit like, oh, this client's facial expressions are changing. This must mean that this client is going through some sort of shame spiral inside of them. No, no, no interpretation. Because how can we know that for sure? We won't, because we don't know person's internal experience. So we can't make a conclusion that they're into this shame spiral just because of our opinions or what we think it is, because it's been proven time and time and time again inside our advanced conversational hypnosis trainings that even though we see an unconscious moments, our students are like, oh, I think this is going to go here, but we actually go all the way up here in like this random thing. And so, and if we actually interpret, we're going to have our own confirmation bias as to what we think is going to happen, which limits our client transformation, which actually tells them and steers them what to do, and it biases where the session goes. So definitely avoid this. This is a big, big no-no. Do not try to interpret it. Don't say, okay, so like my client's color in their face changes. This must mean that they are going through some sort of past life and they're removing all the past life trauma in their DNA through their face right now. No, 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 no. Who comes up with this shit? I don't know. But just avoid doing that. And instead, what you want to look for are these things. You want to look for their facial expressions, of course, and you want to look for the skin color changes. So if they go from like, this is my regular color now, for example, I just go really, really, really red, or I start to become more pale, that is a big unconscious moment. And also like what my facial muscles are doing. Like, am I tight? Like, can you see me like clenching my jaw over here as I'm talking to you? Or is it like are they like wrinkling up here, or are they really furrowing here in their eyebrows as they're talking to you? These are the little things that you actually want to look for. And if there's any like, and this is not just in the face, you want to look at lips as well. The lips can actually tell us a lot too with regards to their color and their circulation status. And so when it's actually in ACH, we go a level higher, right? It's not just noticing these things happening, it's noticing the shifts that are happening in between, which is like top level of thinking here, which is okay. So for example, John Doe is talking to me, and as he talks about not being able to sleep. Say John Doe came to me because he wanted to sleep more. He's having insomnia episodes and it's really affecting his productivity. He is someone that just gets really, really mad very easily because he's not sleeping and not getting that emotional regulation power work that we get during REM sleep. And it's really just affecting his relationships because he's angry. At work, he's not productive because because he's just like his mind is just not fully processed from a good night's sleep. And of course, his health is affected because now he's a lot more stressed out. And, his finding that his blood work is all out of whack because of this lack of sleep, which, by the way, are very true things when we have insomnia. Anyway, so John Doe comes to me and we start exploring the problem. I ask John Doe questions. And as I question him, I am starting to find that his face just started to turn red. He's talking about, like after a really poor night's sleep, he just lashes out on his staff members. And as he talks about that, his face just gets really, really red and he tenses his jaw, and as he's talking about it, there's a massive change from like kind of like being more neutral. And then as he talks about it or thinks about his experience, his color changes and his facial muscles just become really tense, even his neck. So I'm noticing that while I'm talking to him. All I'm doing really is paying attention to it and seeing the shifts, the interesting shifts here and there. And if John Doe decides that he's going to come out of this unconscious moment and try to consciously rationalize this, I'm going to bring his attention back on this moment. So, how do we actually utilize these changes? I'm noticing John Doe doing this, and I'm noticing him getting really, really, really red and really, really tense. All I could do is place John Doe's attention on it. That is it. Super simple. I'm not going to tell him to calm down. I'm not going to say, okay, John Doe, calm down. You're really riled up right now. Calm down. No, 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 no. Because this anger is an unconscious expression, right? The redness, there is a reason why the unconscious mind decided to have all of these things happen within his body, right? The muscular changes, the color changes. There is a reason why this happens. And the unconscious mind is very, very deliberate. So if I say, okay, John Doe, calm down, close your eyes, imagine that you're in a happy place on the beach, what does that do? That actually negate what the unconscious mind has just done, that completely ignores an unconscious expression that can be so golden to help John Doe to finally sleep better at night. And so what we want to do, and you can be playful with it, is just draw their attention on it. So don't make an angry person calm down. I know this is a very non-traditional way to do things, but John Doe is getting all riled up, all red, tense muscles. And what I'm going to do is just place John Doe's attention on it by asking him, hey, John, what's going on right now? That is it. Very, very casual. No fancy language patterns, no fancy script. It's really just saying, what's going on, dude? Like, what's happening? We're talking about sleep, and then you're very angry. And what does that do? Like, just imagine you being so angry, and then someone just asking you, okay, so what's going on right now? What are you going to do? You're going to be thrown off, which is an unconscious moment, and you're going to place your attention internally, right? Which is where the answers lie anyway, which is that unconscious moment anyway, right? The main principle of hypnosis is attention, right? That is it. So by placing our client's attention on an unconscious expression, such as these tenseness, the redness, the anger that is happening, that is one of the best ways to get those rapid breakthroughs, because we're not negating an unconscious expression, we're utilizing it, which is again a main principle inside our conversational hypnosis sessions and trainings. And really, that is it. And by asking John Doe, what's going on, John Doe, he is going to go more internal, and be like, okay, so what just happened there? And then this is why ACH is so powerful. Just by placing John Doe's attention on it, John Doe then goes, okay, so I just got angry there. What just happened? He is going to learn something about himself. What that something is, we might not know at that moment, but by him having this unconscious response of facial redness and muscle tension, and then we interrupt it and say, hey, what is going on there? Pay attention to that. He is going to learn now this unconscious response. And if that unconscious response becomes conscious, what happens? It no longer runs the show. It no longer becomes a problem. And this is how we change John Doe's life in this very, very, very simple principle. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can be as easy as this. Because what is neuroplasticity, right? It is learning what your patterns are and then actively changing it. So if John Doe then decides, or in that session we go, "Hey John Doe, why are you riled up? What is happening now?" And then he goes, "Oh shit." I didn't even realize that I just get automatically angry and triggered just like that. And just by him having that inner awareness, that is going to change his pattern moving forward, because the next time it does come up, he now knows what to look for and then has learned that this is an unconscious response, and then he can choose how to respond later. So this is one of the most important things that we get to help our clients with. And again, it's so easy. We're just looking at their facial expression. And facial expressions are one of many unconscious moments. And, this is just an example. Not all of our clients are going to have visual facial changes. Not a lot of my clients really don't. This is something that doesn't happen as often, but when they do, it's an awesome one because there are many other unconscious moments to look for, and to utilize. And if you have any, if you want to learn more about that, definitely comment unconscious moments below, and I'll provide you a training, because there's many trainings with regards to this. And I hope this helps. So, as a summary, facial expressions, what you want to avoid is your own interpretation, because that fucks up the session by having our biases run the session, which is not fair for the client. Number two, what to look for in the face are color changes in their actual face, their lips, their eyes even. And then any flushing or any changes within, like being red to being pale, or the temperature, if they tell you what the temperature of their face is, like, John Doe feeling very hot and being red. That is one thing too. And any muscle tension that we can see, like jaws, furrowing of the eyes, or even the opposite. They're just like flipped, right? Or if there's like a conflict, like they're saying with it, "I'm really happy." They look like that. We know, right? And so how you want to utilize this is just simply place your client's attention on it using your own personality, make it casual, make it conversational. You don't have to have any fancy language patterns for this. Something as simple as saying, "Hey, John Doe, what's happening now?" is such an important and very simple question we can ask to place our clients' attention on it. And so, obviously, there are many ways that we can ask our clients or place our clients' attention on it, and we cover that inside the ACH course. So, I hope this helped. Very interesting topic indeed. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them below or even message me with any questions. I would love to answer them because they might be featured in the next live. So, see you around.